Hello. Hey. Yeah. Um, Sorry. My line of thought was cut from something. I'm not entirely sure what, but hi. Hello there. welcome. Welcome to day 24 of building the mini mansion, haunted mini mansion. Always important to remember that. It's a very important detail. Um, And yeah, I'll so yesterday we built the little kitchen cabinet. This little guy. I'll bring it to the camera. It will focus at some point. And yeah, I think you can see I added some scratches and sort of peeling, I guess, on the wood just with the paint. Working some stains there. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can focus it really well, but I did add wires at the. Let's see if we can catch the light, so you'll see it. But there are, yeah, I think maybe like this. I added these tiny little wires, cuts of wires on the sides of the doors to emulate hinges. On this one, let's see if we can catch it. Come on. You can focus there. I think you can see it now. That the top one I actually made it broken because yeah, the door is not sitting very well there. So hey Kala, how are you today? Um, thank you. Yeah, and yeah, that's the little kitchen cabinet. I do like it there. It fits very well with a little table. So it's the same kind of, yeah, type of wood. And today, my plan is to do the dumbwaiter. Yes, we have gotten to that. So basically, we have this. This is the back wall of the kitchen, and I already cut out a hole. Maybe I could have left it inside for a bit for dramatic effect, but I already got it out. So dramatic effect gone. But anyway, yeah, so this cabinet is basically placed on this wall. It's, it can move a little bit, millimeter here, millimeter there, but it's basically around here. And right next to it here will be the dumbwaiter. So, and the placing of that was actually dependent on the second floor, where the dining room is, where the dumbwaiter will have another entrance, opening. So I'll just show you that, and then we'll get to more details of the dumbwaiter. So the walls keep falling. Someday soon we'll glue things down. But yeah, so this is, you know what, I'll move to the full screen for this. Yep. You can see all the walls are falling. That's just the situation. But yeah, so basically this is the kitchen. Yeah, came to the conclusion that the lighting works better when I do this. These are the stairs that are going to be here. And you can see that this, yeah, the wall that I have here with the cabinet is that's, yeah, that's the one that's here in the back. That's the back wall. And you know what? I'll put it in so you can see the placing. Trying to see what I'm doing, and it's a little difficult from this angle, but all's well. Hey, Anthony. Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. That's what this is recorded for. And thanks so much for stopping by anyway. And, have a great day. Hoping you're having a wonderful Sunday. So, yeah. So, this is. Oh, the oven just fell. I heard it. Okay. There. Gently turning. So, yeah. And actually get it on screen. Voila! Wall. Okay. So, this cabinet is here on the back. There. And I think I've actually managed to put it next to the dumb waiter opening, which is very useful. So you can see this is basically how it's going to be. Of course, there's also the table here. And then I'll just let the stairs down. So, oh, all of it, everything is falling down. Oh, hey, Micah. Sure about the wonderful Sunday with life. Oh, well, I hope it'll be as good as it can be. And maybe you'll have a wonderful Monday instead. It does happen occasionally, very rarely, but occasionally. Um, hope it's all good, anyways. And thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so this is the dining room that is right above this kitchen. Yeah, having because we're very close with the camera now, it's kind of hard to show this maybe. So basically, okay, here you can see, I'll push it here. There you go. So the dining room structure, if you remember, it's been a while since we saw it. So if you remember, this is more the dining room main part. This is the hallway that goes down to the entrance hall. Thanks so much. Yeah. And so yeah, from this hallway you go into the dining room. This is the dining room, and this is the area of the guests. I'm still working on the floor. This is what you're seeing here is the back of the sticky tape paper. I just didn't double-sided paper, basically a double-sided tape. Yes, double-sided tape. Oh dear. You can see I started working on the frame, but the middle part is still sticky, so I'm covering it so it wouldn't stick to everything. And the idea was that this little section here is basically where, like the stairs down, you can see an opening here. Yeah. So that's the opening to the stairs going down there. Should edit all of these lives to 1 hour special. When I'll finish this, it's gonna be like a 31 hours to 1 hour. That would be interesting. It's a challenge. We'll see. Thanks so much. So yeah. So this is the stairs to the kitchen. And basically on this wall right here, this is where we'll have the dumbwaiter opening for this floor. So yeah, so they would have, you would basically they could make the dishes here in the kitchen, put them in the dumbwaiter here, and a servant basically or waiter actually could just be here on this space, and then just open up the dumbwaiter, get the food out, and bring it to the people that are supposed to eat it. Yeah, basically something like that. So I think it would be a very much a challenge. We'll see. I don't know. That's That much of editing work is something that I will only take on myself if people tell me that's what they want. If they want an hour special of the whole thing, that's an option. Otherwise, you can do 10-minute special of little pieces, or something like that. But we'll see. Anyways, today we're going to work on the dumbwaiter at the kitchen. Probably the one up here will be slightly fancier or something. I'm not sure, but we'll get to it possibly soon. And yeah, so I'm just taking this wall again because we're going to work with it, and put this to the side where all the furniture can crash on top of each other as they seem to enjoy. Okay. Alrighty. So this is the opening, and I am considering to actually cut this opening in the gray board, the walls itself, to kind of give it more depth, but that depends on whether we have open doors or closed doors for the dumbwaiter. For the door, I started working on it a bit, so I basically took again this the wood paper, and I just stuck, two of them, one to the back of the other, so we'll have a double-sided piece that fits. You see, it's a little bigger. And because, as you know, I love details, I have used dies to cut these teeny tiny little frames here. And I have 4 of them, and the plan is to basically place them in a more organized manner, but place them on top of this wood backing to create kind of, like a pattern decoration for the door. Gonna bring the cabinets just to show you kind of the proportion. It's always a little tricky when all of this is moving. Nothing is glued down, so they're just kind of sliding around. But yeah, basically it's sort of like this. And well, you get the point about these guys. They will be straight when we'll stick them down. The idea is that each 2 of them are a door, and you'll be like opening like this. And so, these little things are dies from this set by Tim Holtz. I believe it was Snow Globe, maybe Snow Globe 2. I don't remember. I think he had a couple of these die sets. It's this one here, this little die. Ooh, come on. That cuts a whole bunch of little windows that are meant for all these little houses thingies for scenery. So yeah, so I use that. It's always it was kind of I knew, like, I remember that I had tiny frame dies somewhere for something. It took me well, honestly, because I have my dies cataloged, it didn't take me forever to find it. But yeah, but it was a reminder that it's very useful to have your materials or tools actually cataloged, and also that things can suddenly be useful in unexpected ways. So my idea is to actually have basically design wise, that this will be to cut it in the middle, so it'll be two doors. Like this would basically similar to focus. Thank you. Similar to this kind of cabinet, because a dumbwaiter opening were often just looked like another cabinet that you could open. I have seen ones that are also just kind of, a lot of them actually, that have like a sliding door opening that you would open up. And I was considering that because it looks cool, but then I don't want to mess up with this ghost. We have a lovely ghost in this wall and I want to keep it. So I'm going to do doors that open like that. Sometimes that's the reasoning. That's all the reason you need. You don't want to mess up with a ghost. um, Now, there are a couple of options of extra things, details around it. I do think that I will add like a little shelf right, well, smaller than this, but like have a little shelf right under the opening. Even though there is kind of the cabinet next to it that has a countertop, so I'm not sure if it would actually be sort of, a functional shelf or more of a decorative one for, I'm not sure, because you already, yeah, you would have the space on the cabinet to put, say, the dishes that you want to put in. I know. Yes. I mean, I've changed the direction of the stairs for this ghost, the whole, so everything is planned around this ghost because, well, when you do a haunted mansion and you get an accidental ghost, you keep it. That is just how it goes. So, okay, so I want to cut this in the middle because I do think that I would like to have one of the doors at least a little bit open, kind of give the, sorry, just have this sort of impression of more of the depth that is in there. So I'm gonna just bring my cutting mat for a second and cut it in the middle. Then we'll start gluing stuff and figuring out how exactly I want, how exactly we want to do this. It's possible that, yeah, I mean, I will say that after looking into the dumbwaiter thing more, I now have a dream to build an actually functioning dumbwaiter miniature, but it's not gonna happen with this one because not in this size, people, just not in this size. But next time. Just make pencil. There, have some leftovers. But yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly mark the middle. So we can cut it. And now I'm thinking. I had a thought that would complicate my life, so I'm probably gonna skip it. Does that look like the center? I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, this ruler is a little bit off. It's very convenient to use because it's so small, but it's actually not always well accurate, which is not very useful. But it seems to be okay. Okay, let's cut it. Move. There we go. And now I can take the cutting board off again. Ooh, that was noisy. Bring this back here. I might bring, I don't know. I feel like, okay, for now I'm going to continue working on the dark background. Let me know if you want me to bring white paper. At the moment, it seems to me like everything is visible. But if at some point you feel like, yeah, you can't see what I'm doing, then let me know and I'll bring like a white piece of paper. It sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't. It's a surprise. Okay, so for the doors, the door design basically, because it is a little bit bigger than the opening, and I'm contemplating actually utilizing that to kind of create a it's not going to be actual hinges, but just like the look of where the hinges would be. And I think I'll do that. So, but first, maybe, yeah, I'm gonna just put these frames on to see that it's all working kind of design wise. Hopefully, you can see what I'm doing. That's the problem with tiny, tiny things. It's kind of hard to capture it on camera, I think, but hopefully it's working. And we have this, guys. It's really, these frames in this case, they really are more about just giving it, more texture and interest to the whole, to the design. Honestly, if I remembered that I have these dies before, I might have used them on the cabinet as well, just to kind of give more, um, just to give a bit more interest to the doors. Now, of course, I'm suddenly thinking that maybe I should use this kind of simple frames. Ooh, options. Sometimes options are a dangerous thing. Let's see. Ooh. Hmm. What do you think? I'll bring it. Okay. I need to put it on top of a piece of paper so I can actually bring it up to the camera. Don't move, don't move, don't move. Thank you. Yeah, this is all very tiny. Wait. I need to kind of adjust the placing of these guys a little bit. Ooh. Okay, just a sec. So it's not completely adjusted, but I think you can get the point. What do you think? Because I really like the details of these ones, but a part of me thinks that this looks more like a door. Like this might be a bit, like these ones might be a bit too much detail. Hmm. I cannot decide. This is very hard. Okay, I'll just hold it here for a second so you can see better. Yeah, I know, right? It's really hard. There will also be like a little, like a little handle knob, like the ones I have on here. So that will be a bit more of a detail. I'm not sure. Oh no, right? Yeah. I feel like this is more of a design that I've seen before on doors, and this one is like really elaborate. Maybe we'll use this design on the upper, um, the opening in the dining room, like where they might care more about the fancy, and do like the more simple one at the bottom of the kitchen. Okay, then let's call that a decision. And that means I need to die cut a few more of these guys. And first, I'm gonna gently put these guys aside somewhere that I will hopefully not lose them because they're so tiny. But yeah, I think I like this more, so we'll go with that. Okay, so I'm gonna use my sidekick that has little tapes on it. I'll just remove them. um, and yeah, this is how you can tell that the camera is very close, because this is so small and I still can't get it all into the frame, not really. But if you've seen one die cut machine working, you've seen them all. So it's not going to be like that crazy. Just need to find a little piece here. Yeah, that's good. And in the die, it would be, where's my little toothpick? It would be these two. So I'm just going to cut these guys. And let's just placing it on this little tray. Or I'm making sure that making sure that it slides away. Dear me. Just making sure that the part I want to cut is actually on the paper, because that's useful. And then we'll just pass it through the machine a few times. It honestly, usually it's just one pass and everything is fine, but this is so tiny, and this is a pretty, it's not just paper, it's wood. So it does die cut really well, but sometimes it takes another pass, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, where's my die pick? Where is it? There we go. Ooh. So yeah, just use this tip to get it out. We have tiny squares too. And yeah, I think that I do think that this looks more like a door. Yeah. I don't know if you can actually see it from this distance, but I'll show you in a sec. Yeah. Okay, so what I'll need to do though is to go over the edge with a little marker, because, yeah, just to cover the white edge. I've already done it with the more detailed ones because they were the ones I was planning to use, but hey, we're just going with the flow here, apparently. and changing our minds constantly. Seriously, if you've seen these videos before, you know that I have changed my mind constantly. But that's part of the process. And that's, in my opinion, part of the point of doing things live, that you can kind of see all the options and, yeah, and hear the considerations and all these things. And hopefully, you are not hearing the plane that is crossing above me right now. Yay, plane. Oh boy. Okay. That's it. And now the. Hey, Peggy. How are you today? Okay. This is the fascinating part of, gluing tiny, tiny little things. I'm actually going to I'm just getting a blob of my glue on my non-stick mat, and I'll just use a toothpick to spread it a bit, spread way too much of it on this little piece of paper, and we can glue it down. Ooh, ooh. And yep. Ooh, by the way, Peggy, we're doing the dumbwaiter today. The kitchen opening of the dumbwaiter, to be more exact, actually. Yep. Trying very hard to make it as straight as possible. And yeah, can just push it a bit, please. And I'm purposely leaving some space here in between, so I'll have somewhere to put the knob here. And also, you can see that there is more space on this side than this side, because in here I'm going to have like a fold um, for the hinge, basically. So that was one side. Let's do the second one. And I'll put them side by side just so it'll be easier for me to have everything in the same height. Yeah. Just making sure it matches. Cool. And last one. Hmm. Okay, I'll put it on a piece of paper so you can see them. So that's the doors. Yay, we have doors. Cool. Now what I'm gonna do, so my idea is, as I said, to have at least one of the doors a bit more in, do it with the, to have it like a little bit open like that or something like this. So just to, I don't know, it just makes it more interesting, I guess. That's basically it, the only reason. So what I want to do is actually try, maybe if I'll put it on this, it'll be easier to see. Basically, what I want to do is use my craft knife to cut into it, but not cut it completely. So it's more to score it in a way, so I can fold over this cut, but without actually cutting through. So I'm just gonna put my ruler where I want to do it. And very gently just go over it here. I think that's good enough. I'm also I'm going to actually use the back side of the knife. It's not sharp. It's just, it's metal and it's a little wider. So it helps me to kind of do the mark that I want to do. You can see that it even carved into it a little bit. And I hope that this is enough. What I'll do is actually take my tweezers and you grab, this little bit in the side and just gently fold it a bit. See that it's working. It might need a bit more convincing. I might have not basically scored it deep enough. So I'm going to actually try and use it in a bone folder or score tool in this case. It works as both. But yeah, because it has this metal covering on the edge, and because it's very narrow, it can be very helpful with this kind of things. So I need to just, yeah, I think that it should be enough now. We'll see. And basically, because it's so tiny, it's a little hard to, it's impossible for me actually to fold it without using tools. But I think yeah, I think we're getting there. Let's see. Can you see? We have a little bit of an angle there. If you'll focus, it's focusing on weird things. But I think it's worked. You can see if we place it against the paper, yeah, we have an opening. So yay. So that will be one door that will be actually opened. And what I want to do, so on the other door, I'm not going to fold, but I do want to create this kind of crease because it gives the illusion of, well, that it could fold, of the hinge basically. And actually, now that I think of it, I have a feeling that this would be the best way to do it. This little, yep, great. That is, it's a die picker pick, and it's just because Yeah, because it's nice and sharp. I'm actually going to go over the other one as well because this is doing a very good job. Ha! Important discoveries. Okay, I'm going to use the thin tip of this marker to kind of go over this a little bit. I'm not sure if it's not gonna actually go enough in, but like it's not going to cover the whole thing because it's not narrow enough, but it will kind of dirty it up to give the impression that, well, it just gives the impression of shading and also yeah, just dirt. The impression of dirt. So that's yeah, that's that. And we can test it a bit to see how it sits here on this opening. I'm actually going to lay it flat for a second just to see how it looks. Ooh, okay. Kind of like, I might actually glue it a little bit kind of crooked. I kind of like that. It gives, just gives this feel that it's a bit off. And if we add the cabinet here, you kind of get a better impression of what this wall would look like. Yeah. And I definitely like the idea. I'm going to try and push it from the bottom. No, yes. I like the idea that one of them will be like a little bit open like that. Yeah. Hmm. I was considering for a while to just do a completely open door, basically, or standing like this so you can see inside. Um, I might, yeah, because inside the dumbwaiter you have the kind of shelves and stuff that of the tiny, well, the little cube of the little elevator and little shelves, but I think that this, in this case, it might be just a little too much. I'm not sure. I am, however, going to add some hinges. So for the hinges, this is what I did on the cabinet, and I did that off screen. So I want to do it, um, well, during the live this time. So all I'm doing is basically taking this little wire and I'm cutting very small pieces that it's here somewhere. There it is. Whew. Okay, come on. It's very, very, very tiny piece of wire right here. Um, and I will just have two of those and add them on each side. So let me just quickly cut um, four of them. So we'll have them for both doors. And I am doing it off camera. Yes, that's lovely. Do have a tendency of doing that. Let me know if I do. If I disappear on you all of a sudden. There. Just put the wire away. And where's my everybody glue. And in the case of the door that, so on one door, this door, I plan for it to be basically closed. So I can just do, yeah, just put in some glue and put the hinge in, and that's it. I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue in two spots. Come now, glue. No, that's too much. Oof, way too much. Okay. Just use the other side of the toothpick to remove what I don't want. And use little tweezers and just kind of drop the hinges where I want them. Oh, come on. And bring it up and, yep, focus. Thank you. And we can just, basically, I'm sort of pushing them into the line, the crease that we created, just a bit. And that gives the impression that we have lovely little hinges on the door. Yep, right there. Now on this one, because I want this to be open, I'm going to actually utilize gluing the hinges to hold it in place. So same process, just putting a little glue in two spots. But then I'm just going to basically sort of roll the sort of roll the door, I guess, around the hinges where I put them. You'll see in a sec. Just the fact that I have the glue here is a great opportunity to glue everything where I want it. So just putting this in place. Now I'm just going to grab it, and I'm just using my surface to push it to the angle that I want. I know it's not really possible for you to see what I'm doing, but I think you can gather. And I'll just hold it in place for a moment, and then I'll show you how it goes. I just want to give the glue a moment to catch the angle. Okay. I think that's okay. Yeah. And I think you can see. Need something lighter. Let's bring this wall up. Hopefully you can see that this edge, that one edge is straight and the other has this little angle. So when I'll glue the door down, it will be opened in an angle. Yep. And we have lovely little hinges. Okay. So the last thing we need is a little knobs, and like I said, I'm going to do the same thing that I did here, which is just use a toothpick and my scissors and just cut two little, I just cut the sharpest tip, so we'll have a little bit more surface. And then guess what is that? About a millimeter, maybe a bit less even. Trying not to cut my finger while I'm doing this. It's very useful. Uh, Yep, that's one. Sometimes the dark surface is somewhat. I don't think you can see that. I don't know. Can you see that? But other side, yeah. Again, I'm cutting the topmost part because that's too narrow, and then just about a millimeter from the edge. I'm just putting my finger not right on top because I don't want to cut it with my scissors, but just in the area to catch it when it's cut so it doesn't fly to the other side of the room. And this one actually came out a bit shorter. Hmm. No, it's fine. I think it's okay. Might try and do another option. Oop. Yeah, I think that's more similar in size. And using a toothpick again to exactly like I did with the hinges. Okay, come on. Let's try and bring you up to the camera so people can actually see what I'm doing. Put a little blob of glue. Focus on the right thing, please. Where I want to put the handle. It's finding it very hard to focus. Then using my tweezers to just place it where I want it. And you can use the toothpick to kind of, push it a bit into place and to, yeah, move it a little bit to where you want it. It's a little on the offside, to be honest, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah. And of course, I will color it to match the rest of the door afterwards, but it's actually I prefer to do the coloring after I glue it because it actually helps me because it's so tiny. It's easier for me to place it in where I want it when it's a little bit lighter in color, and I can actually see it on the background. If it's all the same color, it's even harder to see what I'm doing. So yeah, just color it later. Um, Never had a problem in doing that, so why not? And here we go, putting this again in place. Just, yeah, and I think we have now two, hey, two little doors for our dumbwaiter that have some lovely details. And yes, one of them will be opened, but that I'll do later. I want the glue to dry completely to be sure that this shape is held as is. So I'll do that after the live because we're closing up. Here it is with a little, oop, push the door. With a little cabinet next to it. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's better like this, a little bit. I don't know. I'm always hello. I'm always I'm not even really sure which angle I should put it in. I feel like this one has a better light, but then it's upside down, so that could be confusing. But thanks, Ilkala. Yeah, but that's basically our little dumbwaiter doors. I will have more of them, as I said, at on the dining room in the upper floor, when we'll get to it. And actually, there's the question. Because I feel like, okay, yes, we can continue with more little details in the kitchen, but thanks so much, Moika. But I feel like maybe, maybe we should do some more furniture, because I don't know, it's just fun. So, and that would mean that tomorrow we will move to the upper floor. Now, there's two options basically. I mean, there's a lot of options as usual, but there's two main options of going either to the dining room or the parlor. And now, personally, even though I don't know, the logic maybe is to go to the dining room because it's right above the kitchen, and then we can continue the dumbwaiter and there and like continue that. But at the moment, I'm kind of feeling actually like going to the parlor, because in the dining room, the main thing would be like the table, the dining table. And we did a table, okay? The dining table will not be scratched and stained, or would have like a map and everything. It would be like a lot more fancy. But we've never done a couch or like a grandfather clock, or I don't know, benches. That there's a whole other option, like a lot of other things in the parlor that we can do. And basically, yeah, so this project, the daily lives part of it will be is until the 31st, so we have another week. And afterwards, I'm going to continue in doing it in a weekly, yeah, just I think a weekly live. Ooh, mm, chairs. Chairs would be good too. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like because we basically have just a week and of daily lives, I feel like, why not pick the interesting stuff? I mean, everything is fun and interesting, to be honest, but yeah, because we've done like wooden cabinets, and we've done a table. Although, yeah, it will be a different one. Obviously, I will have to make them more fancy, all of that. But the parlor has options that we haven't touched upon at all. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. But I don't know. Let me know what you feel like. If you're watching on replay, then maybe let me know in the comments what you would like to see. And I don't know. Yeah, we might kind of jump between either way. Um, yeah. And also, yeah, if you're watching on replay, or just in general, if you're joining and have a think of what would you prefer, because I'm thinking after the 31st, I mentioned it yesterday, that after the 31st, I will want to continue doing weekly lives. And at the moment, I'm thinking either Thursdays or Fridays. It'll probably be evening for me. So when am I usually doing it? More like, yeah, 7 p.m. CT or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe a bit later, maybe a bit earlier, something like that. But if you have any preference of, yeah, because I don't know. I'm thinking either Friday or Thursday, or do like a complete opposite and do it like on a Monday, like first day of the week, or maybe midweek. I don't know. Let me know what you feel like and what might work for you. And yeah. it'll be fun either way. um, yeah, so that will be it for today. Tomorrow we'll move to the upper floor and start doing some more stuff. I haven't decided completely. I want to see if if there's any preference coming from you. Um, and yeah, thank you so much for joining me again. And Thursday or birth, no, Friday. Well, yeah, cool. That is, yeah, that's what we know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's always replay, but lives are always more fun to watch. Well, live, it always sounds so repetitive to say, but that's the truth. So I always try to get to as many people as I can because it's also more fun for me. And that's also important. Yeah. so, um, so let me know if you have any preferences for when we do weekly. Let me know if you have any preferences for what I'll do, which room we'll move to, parlor or dining room. And either way, have a wonderful rest of the day. And I will see you tomorrow. And thank you so much, as always, for joining me. Love y'all. You're awesome. And this has been so much fun. Bye for now.